Alright. Getting that figured out, getting that set up. That goes there, this goes here, this and that, and that, and then we move on and find something waiting for us. I believe that is right there. Okay, there we go. Hello, travelers of the internet, and welcome back to Guardian Studios, or if you are new to the channel, a big ol' welcome to you. My name is JGarter1, and I'm your host, guide, and humble bard into the worlds of virtual and fantastical, who is very pleased to be welcoming you all back to the channel, or in the case of the newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience. Today, we are going to be diving back into the world of Lyndas, where I have a couple of things that I need to do right off the bat. Last time, you guys may remember, we finished up our cozy little cabin build, making a nice, cozy little house that I can start furnishing and flourishing in. The house has just about everything I need. A warm hearth, a cozy bedroom, and all the comforts of home are being put in. However, there are still a couple things we need for my starter base. Most important of all is sustainable food source. We have access to water. Hello. We have plenty of storage for the foreseeable future. Just got to move all the stuff in here. We've got lots of space to make our own. What we do not have, however, as I said, is sustainable food. We don't yet have that. We have access to river. We have plenty of wood to build stuff with. But while all these things are important for a good base, and we have the extra benefit of even having some wolves to help us out with things, we do not yet have a means of supplying more food. This cooked beef and these pork chops are not going to last forever. We need food. Hey, Fox Kid, welcome to the channel. Or welcome back, I should say. Hope you're having a good day. Hope everybody is having a good day, for that matter. And hope everybody has a good time. So yeah, we have most of the essentials, except we do not have sustainable food. Now, how do we get sustainable food? That's easy. We farm it. But where are we going to get food? How are we going to farm the food? That's actually very simple. We're going to farm sheep. Now, I know some of you are probably saying, why are you going for sheep? Don't you normally go for cows? Well, yes. But part of why I want sheep is because sheep provide unlimited wool if you farm them. And I'm going to need that both in the immediate future and in the far off future. See, I've got plans for this world. And in case you guys haven't heard it, I'll try and explain. Right next to the base, to our current cozy cabin, right over there, we have a lot of wide open space. We got another portal right over here that I've already planned is going to be our portal to the Nether. We got hills, we got huge savanna, got some forest, but we've also got this big old plains over here, which we could easily put to use for something, and I intend to do so. My intention is to try to build a town with a castle in the midst of it. Yep, you heard right. I'm going to be building a town with a castle and possibly surround it with a nice solid wall so that invaders can't necessarily just waltz right in. And we've got a lot of space to build all this on. I mean, some of this is going to have to be flattened out. Some of it's going to have to be filled in because there's a bunch of holes here that I don't need. And like this one. This one is huge. It's like, this is one of those ones you want to go up to and go like, wow, what a hole. So we're going to end up having to fix all that stuff. And we'll have plenty of dirt blocks. We have infinite cobble already prepared. But part of the build with castles and towns ends up coming down to having wool. Not just for planning it out, but also for some of the decoration bits, which are going to be essential. I want to make it look really good in this town once I build it. And it'll basically make it so that my little cozy cabin will be even more cozy when you compare it to the town. So it'll basically be a place I can keep around forever. And every build within the town and within this world is going to have some kind of a purpose, too. So, extra reason to keep this place around and have it be my wool farm area. So, yeah, that's the plan for down the road. For the immediate future, I need to start flattening out this area a little bit so that I can make a big sheep pen over here. Now, why do I say I need to flatten it out? Well, because of these guys. These guys over here. These are not the only wolves that'll ever exist in this world, and they may not even stay in this area. I may keep one over here at the cabin, but I may put the other guys somewhere else, where they may not be spawned in all the time. That'll leave it open for new wolves to spawn, which is both cool, because that means more animals running around, but that'll also present a small problem. If I just let the sheep roam around, any stray wolf that comes along is going to decimate the population. I don't want that. Not at all. Do not want that. So the only way to counteract that is to put up a fence. And that's the one problem right there. We are going to go through a lot of shovels because most shovels don't dig that fast without being diamond or having efficiency. And we can't do enchanting right now. So what may happen is I may make a bunch of golden shovels and just cycle through them trying to save my iron. I could use this diamond and make a diamond shovel, but it wouldn't be enchanted, so it would still take just a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm thinking gold shovels to get me started. Besides, there isn't really that much use for gold for me right now. I better make sure this isn't a thunderstorm. Up the ladder. Okay, not a thunderstorm. Good. For a thunderstorm, it would let me sleep. And it's not letting me, so we know this isn't a thunderstorm. Okay, I may actually go through more of these shovels than I expected before it's over with. You know, sometimes it's easy to forget how poor the durability is on golden tools. Like, yikes. Hey, Ryan! Good to see you. Glad you can make it to the stream. Hope you're doing alright today. Take a little nap, and we go get back to it. I'm thinking valuables may go in this barrel right here. So we'll stick that golden bar in there. At some point I'm going to have to go through the chests I've got outside and empty them out. I don't want to use up my first diamond in a shovel. I really don't. What has this guy got for sale? Oh, that's awesome, man! Good for you! I'm doing alright. I'm doing pretty good. Having a pretty decent day so far. I can just go find that in the cave where it spawns. These guys are almost entirely pointless. I really don't like those guys. Alright, I'm thinking I may have to just go ahead and make an iron shovel. I was hoping to also save my iron, but that's not going to happen. Alright, Fox Kid, we'll see you when you come back. Yeah, because I could use this diamond, but I don't want to. If I use up that diamond, it's gonna haunt me that I used it for a shovel. I'd rather use it for a pick. Or as part of a pick, I should say. Pick, 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 pick. Picky, picky, picky. This really does make me miss having diamond tools, though. That satisfaction when you have diamond tools that can tear through this kind of stuff like tissue paper. Thinking I don't need to actually fully flatten this spot. I think I can just shape over here and then... Hey, thank you, Kitty. Thank you, Kitty FX. Good to see you, by the way. Been a while. How you doing? Alright, we are going to have to move the wolves for a moment. let's put them... Let's put them over here. At some point, I may need to try to make some kind of doghouse for them. That'd actually be kind of cool. Work on building like a small doghouse thing. That could be fun. I've been doing pretty good. Got busy for a long time there with real life stuff, you know. But things feel as if they're finally calming down, so I finally have time to dedicate to getting back into my streaming gig and doing Minecraft. Having a good time again. Alright. I am gonna add a bit to this. Hey, Shadow Man. Good to see you. Another familiar name back in the chat. This is nice. It's nice seeing so many familiar names come back to the chat. while I'm sleeping, I need to get a sip of water. Gotta stay hydrated. Oh no. I hear a pillager patrol. Where are they? No worries, man. No worries. It happens. Life gets busy. I understand that better than some. Alright, looks like wherever they are, they moved on. That's good. I need to rope me these sheep before they have a chance of getting away. I want to say I could put them inside for now, but I know they would end up getting out because of the trapdoors. But I should have... I should have a fence post somewhere. Probably don't have it here. It's probably out in one of the outside chests. No, I haven't done that. I don't know how to do it. I would like to do it if I could do it without it having to cost me anything. But I haven't really had time to sit down and look into that. There we go. Not exactly what I was intending to do, but yeah, I don't know if that would even work. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it really can work. But if it could, I would love to be able to do it. Need to see if I've got any more dirt. If I don't, then I gotta prep another shovel. I've got more dirt. That's good. For once, I'm actually glad to have a whole bunch of dirt. Yeah, I see that, kitty. It's part of why I don't want to have to go dig up more dirt. Oh, of course. course, that's the dose that breaks it. Are you freaking kidding me? Ugh. Yeah, that was perfect timing, wasn't it? You had just mentioned it was about to break, and then the very next block it breaks. What perfect timing. I'll try to remember that, Shadow Man. But again, if any of those cost anything, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Alright, so I do need to dig up some more stuff. That's alright. I didn't want to have to, but I'm not unwilling to do so. Welcome back, Fox Kid. Welcome back. True enough, Kitty. True enough. Hello, Conor Gonzalez! Welcome back to the channel. Make it sound as if you've been here before, so in that case, welcome back. Hope you enjoy your time here. True, true, true. Very true, Kitty. Very true. Alright, there we go. The dirt is placed. Now, I need to make some fences. Oh. Alright, let's see. We've got... I also need to make sure I've got the seeds for planting some crops. Make a little bit of a garden. A little bit of garden. Ah, I see, I see. Aha! Carrots! Good. So I've definitely got carrots, the makings of wheat, I've got beetroot. Oh yeah, and I got cocoa beans, so when I plant my jungle sapling, I can set up a cocoa bean farm. Nice. Yes, eventually I will have a multiplayer world, but not yet. And I'm actually not too sure when I'm going to do the multiplayer world. And even then, I want to make something kind of clear. I am going to be very picky-choosy about who I let be on said world. So, please don't pester me about multiplayer worlds, alright? Alright, I need fences. That's what I was originally coming over here for. I was going to look and see if I had stuff for making fences. Fences! Fences! We need fences! Lots of fences! Can't decide. Do I want to make them out of spruce? Or, you know what? No, I'm going to make them out of oak. I'm just going to use oak. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Brum bum brum bum bum bum. Bum ba da dum da dum da. Hope for the best, work for the rest, and never say never again. Alright. Let's pop these in here. 29 planks. I have a crafting table in here, right? Yes, I do. Good. Yeah, I know I have a crafting table in my inventory. I didn't feel like having to place it down and break it. I want to make this a nice, wide open space, but keep it properly fenced in so that no sheep get out and no stray wolf can get in. I need to chop down a little bit of oak. Do 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 da 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 dee za da da da. You know what that makes me wish, Kitty? Now that you say it that way, it makes me wish that you could put loyalty on it and make it into a thrown weapon, and then add channeling, and boom, You literally have Mjolnir. Mjolnir is the hammer of Thor, aka the Norse god of thunder in old mythology. Not to mention the hammer of the Thor in the Marvel universe. Yeah! Imagine if you could put loyalty and channeling on the mace and make it into a thrown weapon. Then you would really have Mjolnir. That would be chef's kiss. I don't know what you asked, Shadow Man. I missed it. Alright, that should be plenty of space for my sheep. Lots of room for them to run around. Well, walk around, I should say. Plenty of space for me to farm a huge population of them. Not much, one guy, not much. Absolutely. At some point. If I find a trial chamber, I am making note of the coordinates, and when I am ready, I will take on the trials of the trial chamber and try to get the mace. But I hold no illusions, that's probably going to be a while before I do that. Because that's going to be a pain. I know it is. Because you have to grind in the trial chambers to get the materials for a mace. No, Kitty. Right now, this one is only live on YouTube. I don't do both at once. Just one at a time. Interesting, Fox Kid. Interesting. Hey, one of them got stuck. Oh, no you don't, little dude. Come on. Alright, where do I want to put the garden? I know I want to have it be around the back here, but do I want it to be a little bit away from the house? Or do I want it to be right up against the house? Hello, D7. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy your time here. I think I'm going to put it right up against the house. Gonna need a couple of buckets of water. Well, bedtime. And just in time for some rain, too. Pardon me a second while I get into the drink. Still good. Alright, let's see here. Ow. Back down the ladder, and over here, get a bucket of water. Now I need to make a stone hoe. What? Ow! Okay, I thought I got into bed fast enough that that wouldn't happen. Do I have any more dirt? Because if I don't fix this hole, it's gonna bug me. Nope. Oh, hi! Okay, so everything came up. Oh. Pardon me. Oh. Making sure that I've got water on me again. Great. I'm gonna have to relocate my infinite water generator. I could make a little pond here. But first things first. Farming. Hey, Donut! Good to see you, pal. I missed you. An outline around the house walls on the ground? What do you mean by that, kitty? See, my plan for the garden at this point is just to do this. Put it right up against my house. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm doing pretty good, Donut. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? You doing good? I hope so. Sorry, D7. This is not a multiplayer world. This is currently a single-player experience. To which you are welcome to stick around and hang out in the chat if you want to. Ow. Ooh, ouch. Interesting thought. Maybe I should have done that, kitty. I can always make adjustments to my little garden. It's not like anything's set in stone right now. Set in stone. Wow. Not at the moment, one guy. Not at the moment, though I might at some point set something up. But we'll see. Actually, outlining it in cobblestone might not be a bad idea. Whoa, I hear Enderman. And I see an Enderman. Oh, Mr. Enderman, don't cause me trouble, Mr. Ender. I've never been to a trial chamber before, Shadow Man, so I don't have an answer for that question. I have never been to a trial chamber, but I intend to go to a trial chamber one day. And if I find the trial chamber, then we'll see what I end up doing. We shall see, one guy, we shall see. Alright, so the start of the farms is prepped. One more thing I want to do. One more thing I want to do is actually not use chests. I want to put barrels in the ground outside of my humble home. I'll put barrels in the ground where the garden starts so that I have all I need for that. Do 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 do. This way I can organize my crops. Another stone shovel. Whoops, I'm going too far. cobble and... Yep. There we go. That ought to do it. Hey, villager! I don't know anything about armor trims, except that they do seem to be collectible. I might go ahead and try to gather them, but I'm not going to stress about getting them all. That'd just be a bad idea. Alright. Because, I mean, let's think about it. There's so many armor trim possibilities. I don't really see much point in trying to get them all. You would never be able to truly get them all, as far as I'm concerned. What do I got in here again? Stuff. Stuff and nonsense. Let's put the stuff I need for travel in here. It'll be that and that. Put my backup sword in there. That's the sword I want to be using when I go out on a hunt. That I do, don't I? My plan is for my starter base to be essentially a sheep farm. I know I just saw... Yep, there he is. There's Mr. Stupid. Mr. Big Shot. Mr. Squidward. Squid Merchant. And once again, he is useless. Yeah, my hope is that once I'm farming wheat in good amounts, I'll be able to... have a huge flock of sheep hanging out in here. That's the hope, anyway. Of course, it's going to take time, because I got to wait for the wheat to grow. And then, I'll be subject to waiting for the breeding cycles. I think I'm going to need to make some kind of a small stable. Just a small paddock, or something, to put my horse in. Because right now, Bucko's over here, all on his own. Nobody to keep him company. And it'd be nice to have him hanging out here by the house. So I think what may happen is I may make some kind of a paddock over here for him, with a nice little cozy roof. True enough, kitty. True enough. That's the one thing those guys are actually decent for. They do provide some leads and leather through their llamas. Yeah, so far it looks like the beetroots are the things that are really growing. The wheat's trying, but it's gonna take a little while yet. I'll also have to make some kind of a little doghouse for my wolves. Not anything fancy, but something just small. Cozy, methinks. Hello, back base! Welcome back to the channel. And no, that was not an attempt to play on words and over your name. It was not. I'm just saying. In case anybody was wondering. Alright, let's get the valuables. It's time to start getting some of this stuff put away in my house. Ah, my throat hurts a little bit. Thanks, kitty. Thank you very much. Later on, I'll probably organize this to be neat and tidy. Could possibly. Eventually, I am going to have to expand my little garden too, though, because I'm going to end up having to put in a spot for sweet berries, a spot for glowberries, and something for melon and pumpkin. But I think I like how things are going so far. This garden is nice and cozy right now. And for each thing that I add, I will also put in a barrel for storage. When the barrel is getting filled, everything else that the farm produces will go to animals, and then it'll go to making compost. Oh, I'm also going to need to make some kind of a farm for cocoa beans and sugarcane. And kelp. Geez, I'm going to have a lot of farms. And sea pickles. But sea pickles are basically going to be in a little pond, I think. I'll basically put the sea pickles in a pond. But my starter base is going to have all the essential farms. And that'll also include bamboo, methinks. Although some things aren't going to be farmed that much. We'll get to gold farms and mob grinders down the road, but those are things that take a lot of time to make good, efficient ones. Because you also have to make them big. Yeah. An XP farm from a mob spawner is a much more manageable task for the current point in the game. However, there is the one problem that I can't find one on my own anymore. Or, I can't find one the easy way anymore. A couple of updates back, Mojang changed how spawners work, so now it's unique to every iteration of a world. So, even if someone else has the same seed and finds a spawner, I wouldn't necessarily find the same kind of spawner, or any spawner at all, in the same place. I might have to look somewhere else to get a spawner. Kinda sucks, but that's the way the game has become. And there's also what Donut just said. Spawners aren't the most efficient means of getting XP in this edition, at the very least. Part of the problem is you have to make sure that the spawner is the only thing spawning the mobs. Otherwise, it's just going to become an issue. Yeah, that's the thing, kitty. Mob spawners changed a few updates ago so that it's world specific, not seed, world. So where a dungeon might spawn in one form of a seed, say you created the same world that I have from the same seed. Where you find a zombie spawner, I might find nothing at all. Or I might find another kind of spawner. It's a matter of randomness. Randomness based on certain checks that the game has to make to decide if a spawner can form in a certain area or not. And if it decides that it can't, there will be none. Or if it decides not to put it there, it won't put it there. Hey, I hear you. Alright, Donut. Yeah, I hear you, kitty. Sometimes some of the things that Mojang changes, it's not stuff that really needs a change, you know? Alright, so those are things I'm going to have to do real soon. I'm going to have to make some kind of farm for sugarcane. I need to make a farm for kelp. Need to prep space for bamboo and all the other stuff. There's going to be a lot of farms over here. This may be a starter base, but I want it to be a base that can provide everything. Or at least all the essentials. With the sheep, I'll have plenty of wool, and I'll have mutton. With the crop farms, I'll have all 4 crops, and eventually I'll have all the other resources I need, including sugarcane, kelp, and other stuff. But before I can get to any of the rest of that, I need to get to the point where I have space for it. And the only way to make sure I've got space for it is to organize my junk. Look at all this stuff. So much junk everywhere. It's sad how much junk there is now. Let me keep this mutton on me. Now, some of you might wonder, why go for just sheep? Why not do cows as well? Because I've said before that cows are the best source of food in the game. I still stand by that. Cows give the best meat. They always have. But the problem is that if I go for too many animals at once, I'm going to be building way too much stuff. I want this area to be just one of many dedicated areas for certain kinds of farms. As a starter base, I'm good with having a garden with all the different kinds of crops. I'm good with that. A farmer, which is what this base is supposed to be for, is going to have a lot of different things being farmed. But they're most likely going to stick to one major animal to handle. If any of you have ever seen Charlotte's Web, if you guys ever saw the live Charlotte's Web, one of the big things in that farm was sheep. Yes, they had cows, but they mostly worked with crops and sheep, from what I understood. It's better to dedicate to focus on specific things. Plus, eventually, I'm going to have some kind of a wool farm under the sheep pen. And this helps me remember that this is where I want to build that. So yeah, there's also that point. That's the real big point here. Every area in this world is going to have a purpose. The town is going to have villagers in it that'll sell me stuff, as well as farms under certain structures or inside certain structures for farming certain things. Like, I could build a windmill and dedicate it to processing certain materials. I could have the windmill be dedicated to a sugarcane farm, a small, compact, and efficient sugarcane farm. I could have the fountain hide a kelp farm underneath. I could have the castle itself be just a huge shell for a massive tree farm. A massive semi-auto tree farm, if I wanted to. The point is to have everything that I end up building on this world be aesthetically pleasing, but also functional. That's going to be my big goal here. Now, am I going to succeed in that every single time? No. There's going to be some builds that are going to be just for aesthetic, some that are going to be just for practicality, for functionality. But the point is going to be to make it so that I can look at the world and be like, this is good. Whether it's because it just looks good, or it both looks good and serves a nice purpose. Does that make sense? I've probably been going on too much about it, but I just want to make sure that everybody understands what the point is going to be here. Alright, let's get the rest of these plants. I want to gather up the plants, crops, and I want to make sure I've got a sample of them inside. And that includes the beetroot. One of the things I've got to make sure that I do with the beetroot and the wheat, keep a stack of the seeds. I'm going to have one stack spot for seeds, but the rest is going to have to be the crop. Like so. Kind of like that. Whoops. And that's how it's going to be for any crop that has a seed form. Seeds get one slot, maybe the whole top row if they produce a lot. But we'll see. Well, I'm glad someone agrees with me on that. At some point I gotta get potatoes. That's what this last row is empty for. Because I need to get a potato and start farming potatoes before I will put anything in this barrel. Yeah, some builds are meant to be aesthetically pleasing, some are meant to be functional, and if you can manage to make something be both of those things at once, then hey, kudos to you. You have mastered a part of Minecraft that I struggle with. Actually making this place feel cozy is still a work in progress. I want to put in an interior in here. So far my idea is to make this area here be a kitchen. Kind of have like a sitting area here or over here by the hearth. Nope, never had to deal with anything like that, Shadow Man. Let's go ahead and now grab the structural blocks. That's anything that's mainly used in building. We're going to put them in their own spot in the house. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. So fences, stairs, those bits are going to go in their own spot. Oak or spruce planks on the floor. That's not a bad idea. I mean, I've got oak being used for the ceiling, and thus the floor of the upstairs, so I don't know. Might do that. I'm also going to toss this stone cutter in there, because I don't need that on me right now. So crops, for now, are going in here. For now, I'll keep trees in here too. But eventually, I'm going to put all the tree types, their logs, and their planks, and a few other bits from those that are specific to certain trees in their own chest. Organization is going to be key. It's not exactly easy in vanilla, but I'm going to try and stick to my guns, so to speak, on that one. I'm going to try and stick to my goal of keeping things relatively organized. Let's get passive mob drops next. Not a whole lot of those in my collection yet. Ooh, that's another structure block. That needs to go And so's that. And that. Wow, how did I miss those bits? Well, in my defense, I was kinda running out of room. My inventory is not staying... It's not being kept very clean. There we go. All tools that I don't need are gonna go in this chest. But I keep buckets. I keep at least one extra bucket on me. One bucket to carry water, one bucket to carry whatever else I may end up finding that I need it for carrying. And I keep certain other things on me too. Like cobble and some form of wood, always keep that with me. Crafting table, always have one. And if I go off on a long journey, I take the bed and a boat. Because you never know when you're going to need that stuff. Alright, now let's go for the aggressive mob drops. Don't have many of those to collect. Ooh, got a tree to put away. But there's still things that I need to make sure are organized. But how could your cat eat your PS4? How can a cat eat a PS4? What in the world? What? That cat... Is that cat getting enough iron or iron and everything? That just seems kind of crazy to me. Wow. I apologize. I shouldn't be laughing at something like that, but at the same time, it's hard not to. I don't know if they can do just anything, but they certainly seem to believe they can do whatever they want, from what I've seen. Doop. Hold it. Logs. Logs are different. Logs are farmed. They can go in here. And yet, they still fall down. They still get themselves into situations where they need a human to look after them. Okay, a couple more sheep to add to the wool farming. Come on, sheepies. I would almost swear that a creeper was walking up behind me. Wish I could, but I've never played those games. I wish I could help you, villager, but I've never played those games. Never played Half-Life. Heard references to them, but never played them. Yep. Makes me think of a Minecraft song someone made for Grian a while back. I hear the song once and I'm immediately like, oh man, this is a bopping song right here. It's just so true to Minecraft. The bills need paying and the blocks need placing, gotta work all day. In a deep dark mine, and the mobs need slaying, gotta work all day. Yeah, there's a party on the weekend, and to decline creepers be creeping. The shops need stocking, so we'll keep on rocking. Gotta work, work all day. The sand needs piling and the sword needs shining. Gotta work, work all day. When the sun comes down over Hermit Town, you better work, work all day. Yeah, there's a party on the weekend. Yeah, creepers be creeping. Keep on mining even though I'm dying. Gotta work, work all day. Thank you. I don't think that my voice is that good, but thank you just the same. Kind of you. Where am I putting food right now? Right now, food doesn't have a place, so let's put it in this barrel. Spare food can go in here. A pity to say goodbye to my old campsite, but it served us well during the time we were using it. The time has come to say goodbye. Besides, I'll probably end up building a new campsite somewhere at some point. Now this is the one fence post that I don't mind having be out in the open, but I want it closer to my house now. Come on, bucko. It's time to put you up by the house. Area around the house is a little more lit up now, so a little less chance of having to deal with any monsters. But I'm no fool. I know that monsters are going to spawn no matter what I do somewhere along the way. Go. Again, got one more row for crops, but that one's reserved for potatoes. And that, I believe, is the farms that I intended to make all done. Well, granted, like I said before, I still have to make farms for... I still have to make farms for melons, pumpkins, bamboo, sugarcane, and kelp, and cocoa beans. But those farms can wait until next time, because those are going to be small farms. Some of them might even be built under my house. Put them in like a cellar or something. Thanks, kitty. Thank you very much. I'm quite pleased with my home. I'm quite pleased with this build. It's nice and cozy. It's not too big, and so it's easy to manage. But it's also not too small. So I've got plenty of room to build it up just a little bit more if I need to. Any further building up, though, is probably just going to be exterior stuff, and maybe some under-the-house farming. But we'll see on that point. I mean, I also have to build an interior to this thing. I mean, it's kind of barren on this floor. Upstairs doesn't really matter so much, because this is mostly storage and my bedroom. But the rest of the house, the first floor of the house needs an interior at some point. But that, I think, is something that we will get to with the next session. So for now, I'm going to go and say thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and if you did, please be sure to leave likes, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next stream. And if you want to see more content from me, be sure to look at the About page for links to other pages with more content from yours truly. Until next time, everybody, I am JGuard01, your guide bard and humble host into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I'll see you all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!